My name is Amanda, and I am the ready-mix dispatcher for Corvallis, Jefferson, and Dean. So, I do some of the order taking, but mostly what I do is on this screen I have all three of the plants that we run, and these little blue things right here are all the trucks. So what I do is I send them out to jobs, and I kind of got to coordinate where and when I send each truck to each job, so I really got to pay attention. And then over here, this is my little map, and all these little tiny mixers right here are the trucks so that I can see where they are at all times. And then I also make the schedule each day for the next day, for when I gotta call the drivers in and what plants they need to go to.
My name is Aaron Davis, and I am the batch plant operator. When I first got on, all they required was a clean background check and a high school diploma. And then they sent me through all the training you need necessary to get my CDL, and I could start driving on my own. You really have to pay attention to small details. That's a pretty big one. And you pretty much have to be really good with numbers. If you're not a numbers person, this job will be more on the difficult side. They treat you well, as much as they can. Really good benefits, best ones I've ever had. Pays super well. They treat you really well, and they don't try to run you through the ringer. So it's pretty nice.
My name's Lucas. I'm a concrete pump operator. So I got into this industry by a friend of mine. He was already a pump operator, and he said, "Hey, you want a job? Come work for us." I said, "Sure, why not?" I've been doing it for about 11 years now. Everything was on the job, so you just have to be willing to work long hours. It's very physical. I started on a line pump. After a few years, I moved to a boom pump, and I've been on a boom ever since. I do line pump work still, pretty much part of the job, and yeah, it's just a physical job, and the boom pump is more of a mental job. You have to kind of pay attention to what you're doing. There's a lot of stuff going on. I basically run the entire job site, so if we're not pumping fast enough, the job's not going fast enough, so it just really depends on that kind of stuff. I've been running heavy equipment since I was a little kid, 2 or 3 years old. I started. I've been running forklifts and stuff like that. My dad was a forklift mechanic, so I've been around heavy machinery my whole life. So hydraulics, that kind of knowledge helps a lot with the boom side of things. Big heavy machinery, a lot of people don't respect it, but you have to, because it's really dangerous if you don't. There's a lot of weight overhead. Between the concrete as well as all the steel and all the hydraulics. If you're not paying attention to that and aware of how much weight that is and how much pressure that puts on the ground, you can seriously injure someone or kill them. So it's very dangerous, but if you know what you're doing, it can be pretty safe. I would recommend it because it's a growing field. It's not like construction's ever going to go away. No matter what we do a lot of new stuff. But we do a lot of remodel things too, so there's constantly something going on, whether it be old stuff being torn out and new stuff put in its place, or just new stuff in general. The housing market's booming, so there's so much work there. So it's a pretty good job security side of things. So yeah, that's why I'd recommend it. And it's very satisfying. I can drive around on my off time and I can see the things that I've helped build. And it's kind of a fun aspect that you can be like, oh, I did this. And, you go into a subdivision where now it's an entire neighborhood. And I remember it when it was a field. So it's kind of cool to see it all develop.
My name is Bradley Herbert. I work as a quality control technician with Knife River. Depending on the requirements of the day, I test aggregate, asphalt, and concrete to make sure that we're delivering good product. Knife River didn't have any educational requirements for this position. I think it's preferred but not mandatory. And they do a lot of in-house training once you get on board. I've gone to 3 certification classes with ODOT now to get certified to test asphalt, aggregate, and concrete. And I should be going to more in the off season. So they're continuing to train and educate me. It's a blend of skills where you have to be technically minded, but also there's a physicality to it. You know, you're moving around job sites, and production plants, and you're lifting rock, concrete, asphalt. It's great pay, it's a great team, it's very safety oriented, so all the way up the chain you feel like your manager and the people above them have your back and want you to come home safely at the end of the day. So it's a good place to work.